Hi everyone, my name is Gina. I'm a librarian at the Spokane Public Library and I am coming to you from my kitchen to talk to you about 3D printers. So what can you print on a 3D printer? I have a few examples here. One is this skull pencil holder that I made that was kind of fun. I also print a lot of little minis for our D&D campaigns. So here I have an owl bear. I think he turned out pretty cool. You can paint these minis as well. So here's a cow that we printed for the campaign. I also printed a wagon that the characters could ride in. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can print. These are some barrels and some sort of a prop. But other than D&D minis, you can print things like bookmarks or zipper pulls or figurines, all kinds of stuff really. As long as you can find a file for it online, the library will pretty much print it. So kind of go out there and see what you can find. But these are kind of frivolous, just fun items, right? Why does the library have a 3D printer? What's the point? Well, 3D printers are an emerging technology that we believe is going to become very important in the future and used to do all kinds of things like build houses or manufacture cars or print food or medical supplies. And they're even talking about astronauts taking 3D printers into space and printing the tools they need up there with their 3D printer instead of lugging a whole bunch of materials up with them all the time. So it can be used for a lot of really useful things, and we really want to get this technology out there for the public to interact with and ask questions about and learn about. So that's why we have 3D printers. So the next thing I'd like to show you is just the actual 3D printer itself, what it looks like, what the different parts on it are. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So this is one of the library's 3D printers, and I'm going to go through the different parts of it for you. So this is the build plate right here. This is where the 3D printer will print its design onto. It's heated up. If you were to be able to feel it right now, it's very warm. This down here is the nozzle. This is where the PLA plastic filament, this is what was kind of dribbling out of it, where the PLA filament comes out and it rotates all over this pad and puts down the design that you've chosen. This is the spool of PLA filament, so this is what will ultimately become your object. And so as the printer moves around, you'll see this part move around the 3D print, and I'll show you that in a minute. So now that I've showed you a little bit about why 3D printers are important and the different parts and what they look like, we're going to talk about downloading a file from the internet so that you can print something on your printer. So the first thing I recommend you do is go to Google, and then just in the search bar you can type in Thingiverse. Thingiverse is a website that gives open access to all different types of 3D printer designs, absolutely for free. So once you type that in, you go ahead and click on this first option. It's thingiverse.com, and we'll go to their homepage. On this homepage, it automatically loads a bunch of, I don't know, popular or new designs, but we want to look for something specific. So let's go up here to this section right here, and we're going to type in Pikachu because I like Pokemon, and this is going to be kind of a fun, quick print. And so it's going to search for a file, and there's a whole bunch of different ones that have shown up here. You can see just all different kinds. And we're going to do this one here, the low poly Pikachu. And it's loading the file. So this is what it looks like. This is kind of, that's after it's printed. This is a picture kind of just the computer picture of it. So here at the top right, we want to click download all files. And so once we click that, you'll notice that the files have showed up at the bottom here in a download. And we're going to just click on those. And there's a whole bunch of things that downloaded with this low poly Pikachu file, but really what we want is in the top one that's labeled files. So double click that, and then here's the file for the actual print. So we'll want to remember where that is. So now that we have the file on our computer, we're going to go over to our 3D printing software, which is called Cura. And this is just how it opens up. Oh, I still have my Pikachu loaded on there. So we're going to go to prepare, and I'm just going to delete this guy so I can show you how to get him. So this is a picture of our build plate and kind of the build space on our 3D printer. So we go to prepare and we click this file that says open file at the top. and we pull in our Pikachu file and we hit open. And there he is. And he's just a little bit large, so I'm going to go over here to scale on the left and make him just a little bit smaller so we can have a faster print. And see, now he's much smaller. And it looks like everything's ready to go. Down here it says save to file, but we don't want to save to file. We want it to print via USB. Then we're going to go back over to this side that says monitor, and we're going to preheat our bed. And we're going to make sure that we're connected to our printer. So here you see it's connecting at the top, and now it's connected, and our 3D printer is going to warm up. So you should be able to hear the fan turning on, maybe, and that just means that our printer is warming up. It means the little spot where the PLA filament comes out of that nozzle is getting hot, kind of like a hot glue gun, ready to squeeze out that PLA filament into our design. So once that's all warmed up, and look, it's slowly going up. It needs to reach 210 degrees on the nozzle, and it needs to reach 60 degrees on that build plate I showed you. Once that's all done, we just want to check a few more things. I'm going to go over here to settings. I'm going to make sure that there's a generated support and that there's a skirt. That just means that it's going to print some additional items that I'll pull off of the print when I'm done. This just kind of makes sure that it has supports to build on so that it doesn't mess up the print. So just a few little extra custom things. Those look all good. And then we'll go back to monitor. And when this is all ready and warmed up and ready to go, we're just going to hit the button Start Print. So now the printer is just kind of going through its preparations for the print. You'll notice it's kind of sliding back and forward there on that little white pad. That is cleaning the nozzle and getting it ready to print. And now it's going to go around to each one of those little circles, and it's going to gently press on them. And what it's doing is self-leveling the bed so that nothing prints crooked or goes sideways. So this takes a few minutes. I'll let the printer do its thing, and then I will show you how the printer gets started when it's actually doing the print. So now that the printer has warmed all the way up, it is now starting its print job. So you can see and watch how it kind of moves through the steps. It's not just printing the little figure that we chose, it's also printing supports to help support the print itself. So please enjoy. I'll let you watch the print. All right, so there you have it. This is our 3D printed Pikachu that we did on the 3D printer. That took a print about this size, takes about 45 minutes. And so that takes a little while to print something, but now you kind of have an idea of the process and what's involved. So you could do this at home on your own if you do own a 3D printer. However, I imagine most of us do not. So if you want to get it through the library, all you have to do is go to our website, and I'll show you how to do that. So here we are at the library's homepage, and to get to our 3D printing services, we go over here to Library Services, click on it, and there's a drop down, and let's go all the way down to here. This is Library of Things, and this is going to be the very last option on the Library of Things, the in-library use only 3D printer. And so here is the page that talks about all the rules and all the ways to do 3D printing through us. So, so you can just read through this here. And then this is actually how you will submit a request. You'll choose a file. And if we wanted to do like that file we did before with the Pikachu, it's right here. It's the same STL file. So you enter the file and choose the file there. You pick the library you want to pick the print up from. You choose the color you want it to be. I mean, I don't know if it's here, but we wanted yellow, so we could do yellow, but you could do any of these colors. And then you just use your name, your library card, and your email address and phone number so we can contact you when the print is done. And then this tell how you would like to be contacted when your print is complete, by email or by phone. And then just right here, if there's anything special you want the people printing your piece to know, you just put it in this little box here, and then you just hit send. And as the rules say up here, please give us between 1 and 2 weeks to be notified that your print is complete. There is a queue for this, so there's usually quite a few prints that we need to do before we get to yours, but within 1 to 2 weeks it should be complete, and you'll get a notification that your print is ready to pick up. So I hope you enjoyed this mini tutorial on 3D printers, how they work, and how to request a 3D print through the public library. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you have a good day. See you next time, guys.